There we go. Guess who's back? Back again. Yes, I'm back. Tell him. Yes, he's back. Yes, he's back. Yes, he's back. Ooh. Hey, and welcome to the channel. This is SHIB Worldwide 50 Raffle. Yes, in case you were wondering, we are looking for all those that are buying SHIB. There is a massive amount of liquidity going on, and they are moving it off exchanges. So that means that everything is done in secret. Massive love shout out to Jason Cox. Woo! Hey, Jason, just so that you know, we're going to do the analytics because we want to make sure that people can see us. I'm not saying that people can't see us, just that we are talking about who is buying up all the SHIB, though. You know who's buying up all the SHIB. Your favorite, Robinhood, is moving SHIB off of their exchange. Probably to one of their other exchanges. I'm not sure, but what is it? 49 billion is no joke, right? 49 billion SHIB removed off the exchange. So that's no joke. That's pretty serious stuff. Okay, what else are we talking about here? We are talking about SHIB has gone up over 30%. Massive love shout out to Bing's channel. Up over 30%, which is awesome. Entertainment, this is comedy club. What else we got here? Got a thumbnail here. Funny thumbnail? Got 80. Well, it's the thumbnail. I don't know if it's the thumbnail. Where are you? Out of here. There it is. There we go. I'm glad that thumbnail. Playlist. Regular playlist. Okay, it's best of love shout out to the entire world. We want to make sure we get everybody. We don't want to leave anybody out. We're up 30%, which is awesome. From the low. I don't know if you're aware of that, Jason or Babes. Yeah, but we make sure we share this link with everybody. I got it all saved now. Share as we dare. I missed you yesterday, Jason, but I'm hoping that you watched the video from yesterday. It was pretty good. We went through all the theatrics of the raffle, of the whole website, basically. Perry's got a new video out, if you haven't seen that, on her music video. Share this with everybody. Oh, Solana. Solana. Let's look at Solana. Let's see what we got. Was it Solana? Hold on. Nothing is showing up. That's why it's private. There's a lot that's going on. People are buying it. We are at 1,300 on the burn scale from yesterday, which isn't a lot, but we have 1,300 more burns than we did yesterday. 1,300%. So that's a positive sign than we did yesterday. Oh, boy. Hold it, and we're going to share the links. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to rock his in here. Doodaloo.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. Sorry about that, guys. Just sharing the link right now. This is SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle. In case anyone was wondering where you were or what you're watching, you're watching the SHIB 50/50 raffle. Just going to share this with a couple of YouTubers, a couple of enthusiasts, so everyone can see it. Hold on to your party hats. We'll share this. SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle live broadcast. Live giveaway. Live. All right, so we shared that with everybody. Make sure that everybody can see us and have a great time where everybody's watching us. So, Jason, how are you? How's Rowena? How's Babe's channel? How's Wena? I don't see Prince on. And yes, we are. Are we early? I don't know if we're early or not. And we're looking at Solana. Right? We're looking at Solana. Solana's at 151. But yeah, we looked at the charts. We couldn't see anything. That's why it's in secret. So I'm not sure who's buying SHIB. That's why I was asking if anyone else has any idea who's buying SHIB. I just know that there's some massive movement in SHIB, circulating supply. No, and massive in SHIB. There's a lot going on in SHIB. Yeah, 49 billion moved, and then there's a lot going on where it's being moved around, and it's all in secret. Like, it's literally in secret. They haven't sold it. They're just moving it. Does that make sense? And how much of it? That's a good question. I'm thinking probably around 3 trillion. I don't know. Jason, you able to confirm that? 3 trillion SHIB being moved around. What's our price range? That's why I went to the tops, because I went in here so we could go through what's going on. Like, if you look at the top, right, we're down 49 billion on the first. That's BlackRock, by the way. 48 trillion is BlackRock, and then of course this is Robinhood, 39 trillion, and then right under it, 32 is crypto.com. Now, crypto.com, usually I don't see anything in behind the scenes on crypto.com. And I don't see anything on Solana if they're adding to their bags. Now, after Jason had mentioned, is it Qcoin that you were mentioning before? They started acquiring SHIB. Or is it, yeah, Qcoin. Qcoin started acquiring SHIB. Now they're down here somewhere. I saw them. There they are right there. 1 trillion, 068. They've accumulated 5 billion SHIB in the last 36 to 48 hours. But this is outdated. Please keep in mind that this is a really bad draft of what's going on. The only thing that's really constant is the price of SHIB. So we'll get into that a little later. Yeah, so there's some massive movements going on in SHIB. There's some buying. I don't know who's buying it, but there is some massive buyers. And there is a massive wall. 22 trillion. Hey, Jason, 22 trillion is being blocked for a wall. Now, usually that means that someone's taking profit, usually. And they're trying to drive the price down. So they want everybody to start taking profit or start liquidating so that they can buy it at a lower level. So that they're going to try and steal it from people. That's usually the gist of it. I don't know if anyone else is watching that. We're going to do some massive love shows to the world. So massive love show to Jason Cox. Thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for sharing. Was that a Bible study? No, you did watch yesterday's. I think we talked about. We went through the website yesterday. It was 70 minutes where we went through the links because I know that Kane was interested in calling us a hoax. We're scamming people. Don't trust the links. So what we did was we wanted to make sure that we proved that wrong by going into the website and actually clicking on the links, so people could see that you could buy Amazon with the links, that you could purchase anything that you want with the links on Amazon and reduce the circulating supply of SHIB. We even went through and circled where it said Clay Bro on there so that we're giving respect to Clay Bro for absolutely destroying the circulating supply or trying to destroy the circulating supply of SHIB through Amazon links. I think that that's relevant because I think every single organization should have the exact same platform on their prospectus. And when they do this, that means that we have less supply. It drives up their value because in common sense, reality is if you own it, shouldn't you want to help reduce the circulating supply, especially if it costs you nothing to do it? And that's what I was trying to get through to everybody that's into SHIB. Yeah, massive show to Rowena. Yeah, so that's the whole gist of it. That's why we increase our awareness of what's going on in SHIB, is so that people understand that concept. Thanks, Wena, making sure that gave respect to Jason Cox for coming in. That's awesome. We want to see more people do this, come in and share as we dare. All the links and all the transparency, right? We want to make sure that everybody's got transparency when it comes to SHIB, because we want to make sure that everybody understands what that means, right? We want to make sure that that message is getting cleared up. Okay, so let's get minimized. Let's get minimized so everybody else can understand what's going on. Yeah, so massive love show to DJ Ryan, massive love show to Paul, massive love show to Vincent, massive love show to Jason M, Ethan M, massive love show to Wena, massive love show to you. Thank you so much. Love it when people come in and say hi. That's awesome. Everybody should do the same thing when they're coming in. Massive love show to Gabriel and massive show to Leah. Massive love show to Dong and her family. Massive love show to Krish, Vishaw, Jonathan. Massive support for the entire SHIB. Like I said before, SHIB is on its own. So without us, it doesn't have its niche. It doesn't have its pose. It doesn't have its advertising. So we are here to help bring awareness to SHIB so that people understand that and bring it to the forefront of every company and every organization across the planet. Because SHIB should never be at this level, right? We should, If we're constantly removing the circulating supply, we're constantly adding value to SHIB. So the message isn't getting out there. People just are still unaware of what SHIB can do for the entire world, which is increase your wealth. And that's the bottom line, right? We do care about the raffle taking off. We absolutely do care about the raffle taking off because it's going to increase everybody's awareness immediately. But the main focus is get as many people into it as quickly as possible before certain things happen. Now, those things are already starting to happen. Unfortunately, Jason, and unfortunately, these things are already coming to fruition. We already have 56. Can you imagine? 56% of the total supply is being held by just a few exchanges, and India is one of them. Robinhood, Jason, is another one. Massive amounts of SHIB being held by BlackRock and Robinhood. Binance, another big exchange with a massive following, with a massive amount. Like if you look at Binance on the charts on the top 100 wall holders, you can see them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 100. Like they're listed at about 20 times on the markets where their name is. OKX is on the top 5, right? They're at 9 trillion. They were at 11. Now they're at 9 trillion. They did lower it, but they've started to increase the amount. I think they're starting to understand that Asia is a massive market and that's Japan, China, the Philippines, Australia, all the Middle Eastern countries, India, Pakistan, Iraq, Iran, Russia, Kazakhstan, like all those countries, Czechoslovakia, you betcha. All those countries you can buy on OKX, and they have 9 trillion SHIB. Now, Voyager had 3 trillion SHIB when they had to be liquidated. And where did most of their stuff that went from Voyager? It went to the U.S. The U.S. confiscated some of it, but they sold most of it. The FTX scandal, or the FTX phenomenon that went on, the U.S. confiscated it 58 billion SHIB, taken off the market. They just confiscated it. Done. See you. Have a nice life. And that was then. So from now on, if the U.S. takes over SHIB and they come up with a plan that's going to increase their wealth and decrease the amount of supply, so it increases the value of the U.S. dollar, you can see what's going to happen, right? You can see that they're going to try and confiscate it for nothing, because that's what the U.S. does, and that's the part that drives fear, because people don't understand that concept, what's going on. If they did, they would never. All the people who were into Bitcoin, they would never sell their Bitcoin for nothing, right? On the people who were thrown in prison and the U.S. confiscated all the Bitcoin, they would have kept a certain percentage for themselves, and then wait for the rebound after the U.S. released the Bitcoins to the marketplace, which is phenomenal, right? You confiscate it and then you release it back to the people. That's awesome. You can't get any more. I don't know what you call that. You can call it what you like. It's like highway robbery. Ask me. They did the same thing back in 1932 with the U.S. gold. They took the gold standard. And they told everybody that they had to give their gold back because the U.S. didn't have enough backing in gold. So they confiscated it from everybody, telling everybody that they had to surrender it. They had to surrender it. And then 2 years later, sell it back to them for 3 times the money that it was worth when they took it. They said it was the biggest robbery of all time. And they did it legally. Like that's the hard reality, right? They did it legally. The same thing with Bitcoin. They did it legally. They threw everybody in prison. Said no. You're the people that are using your currency is all for criminal intentions. The U.S. gets their currency used for criminal intentions every second of every day. And how do we know that, Jason? How do we know that? Because Elon Musk put it out there that what was it? $157 billion was being sent out in checks to people that were not born yet. They're getting loans. Can you believe they're getting loans? And they're getting grants. They're not even born yet. And you're giving pensioners that are 150 years old money. You're still giving them. So he goes, these people are either vampires living for very long periods of time, or there's some fuddle duddling going on. It's exactly it, right? So that's how you know that things aren't as good as what they think. And the oldest person in the United States is 112 years old. So, and then you go, well, how many people are like that, or how many different? Yeah, there's a list, right? There's like 500 people over the age of 150 that are getting these checks. Like, wow. So they're going to be doing some investigating going on there. And then the ones that are not even born yet, able to take out loans, able to get grants. It's like, what? Yeah, not even born yet. So they won't be born until blah, blah, blah. But they already have social insurance numbers, social security numbers. They already have an address. It's like, what? They're not even, how can they possibly get money? How does that work? It's like, yeah, but somebody's doing something for them to get that money. That's the thing, right? That's the one trick pony. What is SHIB doing differently than everyone else? SHIB is constantly reducing its circulating supply. That's a massive utility. I don't care who you are or where you're from. When you see something that's being reduced, and SHIB should be being reduced on a global scale, which it isn't. It just hasn't caught on yet. And I'm shocked. Jason's shocked. Prince is shocked. Everybody's shocked that SHIB hasn't. It's like, are you guys kidding, or is there something going on that's behind the scenes that everyone else knows about that we don't have a clue on? And that's the truth of it. Because when we look at it and we say, well, if it's constantly adding value, why are people willing to sell it at lower values? Like, it makes 0 sense. 0 cents. And that's the truth of it, because when you see something that's constantly adding value to something, that's like getting rewarded for your house, right? You're going to be adding a new floor, another 100,000 feet of new flooring, but you're willing to sell your house for less money when you know your house is worth, I wouldn't say, well, 4 or 5 times its value, because of the amount of land that you've got, that you've accumulated, that you've just accumulated, because there is less supply. Like, it makes 0 sense. Like, when you start to think about it, it absolutely makes 0 sense why someone's willing to take the value and continually decrease the amount of circulating supply that increases your value, mine and yours, Jason, Rowena's, Wena's, Prince, everybody that's in SHIB. It's constantly adding value, but you're willing to sell it for less. Does that make sense to anybody? Anybody in the world? Does that make sense to you guys? Does it make sense to who is it? And then who's buying up SHIB? That's a good question. Somebody's buying it, and they're buying a lot of it. Our numbers haven't gone up that much. If you noticed, the amount of wall holders has only gone up like 500 in the last 24 hours. We've gone up 500. We are still not at our top, which is approximately 1,808,000. And 745, I think it was, where it topped out before it started to go down on wallet holders. But we're 3 trillion shy in the marketplace, and they haven't sold it. They haven't sold 3 trillion. They've moved 3 trillion. So, and then you have the buyers on top of that you can't find them. So I'm not sure if it's being, well, it's definitely being manipulated, but by who? That's the one trick pony. SHIB is being manipulated, but by whom? And if we could find that out, we would be a lot better shape than we are right now, which is awesome. That everybody pays attention. And are we able to host a raffle? I know that's what everybody wants. And how's the new website coming? It's coming. I'm trying to get everything organized. I'm trying to move everything over. It's not letting me for some silly reason. Okay, so we had 6 visitors yesterday, and we had 21 page reviews yesterday. Today, those numbers are not out yet. Okay, so with that in mind, there is 0 orders. Yeah, you don't have any orders. And then our geographical locations. Hold on to your White Sox. We'll tell you the geographic. 48 in Canada, 29 in the Philippines. South Africa, we had 9. We have 48 we have 1 in Argentina. So massive love shout out to Argentina. 2 in Russia. Massive love shout out to Russia. Massive love shout out to Ireland, Scotland. Portugal, we have 1. Turkey, we have 1. New Zealand, none. Australia, none. Kazakhstan, none. Russia, we have 2. So massive love shout out to Russia, Turkey. We want to do massive love shout out to everybody. Massive love shout out to the Philippines, of course, and to the Navarro family. Massive love shout out to everyone in Oakland, everyone in the States. We all love everybody everywhere in the world because it's this is for you, right? SHIB is for the entire world to benefit from it. The faster we can get the message out, the faster people can start making some serious money. And that's the truth of it. So when we say show me the money, SHIB is the money. SHIB is the value, right? So eventually it will become a product of great reward for the entire planet to take advantage of. And that's the truth of it. So right now, because it's at 401356, is a massive, massive discount to the entire world. And why is it there? God only knows. We have more wallet holders. Hey, Jason, more wallet holders than we did before. We have less supply than we had before, and yet we're selling off. If anyone can say what that means, I have no idea, because it should be the opposite way, right? If you have more wall holders than you have ever had, and you have less supply than you've ever had, shouldn't it be at all-time highs? Shouldn't it be breaking new all-time high records? How come it's so low then? Exactly. Why? That's what you got to ask yourself. So who's manipulating it? Who's controlling it? And why would they do that? Unless they want it all for themselves. Exactly. They want it all for nothing. And everybody's willing to sell it for nothing, even though they know, hey, there's more holders. There's less supply than there was 2 years ago, a year ago. Freaking last month. Even last month, if you look at the amount of reductions in SHIB circulating supply, you look at it and you say, everything's adding value. We're adding value by getting more wallet holders. We're adding value when we reduce the circulating supply. Why are we trading at this level? Somebody doesn't like the price. Somebody wants it lower. And they have no problem trying to push it lower because they want to buy it all. And then they reduce the piss out of it to drive the price up. That's marketing 101 from people who want to know about influence. And that's the truth of it. So can SHIB explode at any time? And where can it explode to, Jason? We talked about this before a couple days ago. 350 billion market cap. Just to give you an idea, that's 44 times your money right now. So 44 times. So that's 306265. Anywhere in there. 306. 306. We're trading at 4013. Earlier, we were trading at 4010. And we should be trading at $350 billion market cap. Why should we be trading at that value? Because it's a solid line of investment. It's very hard to manipulate because of the amount of people we would have in SHIB at that time. Because people would start to see what? Jason, what would they start to see? What would they start to see, Rowena? They would start to see the value being driven by investors. Not by the reductions, but by investors. So those investors start to what? Get interested. They start to become very aware that we're constantly adding value. Now that value is not being noticed at all by anybody except me, you, and the picket fence. Between 6 or 7 of us that are online all the time. And that's what we're trying to get through. And hopefully tomorrow, Jason, people will have to, when they come in and they want to purchase SHIB tickets, it'll only be one step buying. They'll just go and hit the QR code, click the link, and the QR code will go up, and they can just punch that in and say, okay, it's 51,000 SHIBs per ticket. I want to buy 20 tickets worth. This is what it's going to cost. And then I have it. I just transfer that amount. Boom, 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 done. And do I have to worry about the expense? The only thing you have to worry about is if it's on Ethereum or if it's on Robinhood. If it's on Robinhood, the fees are very small. In fact, they'll probably turf the fees once you find out that it's going to go towards reducing SHIB circulating supply. Because what do they have a massive amount of, Jason? They have a massive amount of SHIB. Reducing the circulating supply benefits them. Because why? Well, all of a sudden now the value and the price action on that reduction of SHIB circulating supply is now in their favor. So that's going to drive the price up. It's going to drive everybody to the awareness of what's going on with SHIB, and therefore everybody benefits from the reduction of SHIB. And then you're going to see some massive, massive liquidity in SHIB start to unfold before your eyes. Because not only will it hit all-time highs, it will surpass them and continue to go up until it gets to that 350 billion market cap or surpasses it, depending on how many tickets are sold. But once people start understanding it, they'll, by buying the raffle tickets in massive quantities, because they know reducing the circulating supply would mean less supply for them to trade off every single day. So what happens is we see that reduction, everybody starts buying more tickets, and then reducing the circulating supply on every single time we withdraw. And that's the truth of it. And that's why we want to make sure that that message gets out, because we want to see SHIB go all-time highs. No, we want it to beat all-time highs and make new records. And once they start seeing that being reduced constantly, trust me, it's going to explode. It will explode in a massive way. Then you'll have other organizations taking advantage of it too, because they want to reduce the circulating supply because it's adding value to their bottom line, and they're not doing anything and they're getting credited for it. That's what we've been saying all along. People don't understand this concept. It's a massive understanding of what SHIB is actually doing for you and for the whole world. You're able to make money reducing circulating supply. You're getting paid by your government. I don't care which government you are, U.S., Mexico, Argentina, every government wants to reduce the circulating supply of their fiat currency. So if you're buying SHIB with your fiat currency and then you're reducing the circulating supply with it, you're actually reducing their currency. So as a company or an organization, not as a person, because you're not buying enough of it, but as an organization, let's say you have a multiple chain, reducing circulating supply is a benefit for your country. Therefore, they're going to give you tax incentive programs to reduce the circulating supply. So it costs you nothing to do it, to reduce it. And you benefit from it. 1,000% you benefit from it, because when they reduce the circulating supply and you hold 5 or 6 trillion SHIB, you're making that much more over and above it as it reduces its circulating supply. And it's driving up the demand. People want to take part in that. Everybody wants to be a winner. And when they start seeing that it's a win-win-win situation, everybody wins in it. There's no losers. They understand that. They get that concept. So once that happens, we'll see massive returns on our liquidity. We start to see the advantages that we've been saying for the last 2 years, right, Jason? Or a year and a half. Been trying to sell tickets now since October. Well, actually November. Really can't say October, but November was when we put our foot forth. And for some reason, I changed a few things on the website, and then I had it canceled. I had to go back in and change it. Somebody let me know about it. I think Jonathan and Ryan that I spoke to, they told me, where do I buy the tickets? How do I buy tickets? Then I had to go and show them, and then all of a sudden I realized that, yeah, that's why you can't buy tickets, because it's hidden. So then I had to go and put it to the forefront. But until then, I didn't know that, that people couldn't buy tickets. I don't know how long that was for, maybe a few days, a couple of days. But you could buy tickets ever since, right? Ever since I fixed it, you could buy tickets. Like even now, you can buy tickets. The only thing is with buying tickets right now, it's a two-step process. It's not a one-step process, and it might be a deterrent. I don't know. You tell me. Or people just are not focused or not aware that we are hosting a raffle at that particular junction. Um, and the reason why we say that is because we should be getting millions of hits a month, right? 300 to 400,000 hits a day uh, on the website and on the YouTube channel. We should be getting this because everybody wants to make money. There isn't a single soul who doesn't want to make money. So this should be advertised up the wazoo. Everybody should know about it. This raffle is like the best raffle since sliced bread. No, it's the best raffle ever. You every other raffle you don't win. No raffle you win. This raffle, everybody's a winner. Everybody wins. There's no one left out of this raffle. Everybody wins. We're reducing the circulating supply. The winner gets awarded. Everybody gets awarded because of the reduction in SHIB circulating supply. It's a no-brainer, right? This is what we call a guaranteed investment. Exactly. Why do we call it a guaranteed investment? Constantly doing what? Increasing the amount of wallet holders and decreasing the amount of supply. We're doing both of them at the same time. We should be increasing in price, but we're not. So something fishy is going on? Absolutely. Something fishy is going on. You're having somebody trying to buy it all from you for nothing. And then try and put the fear in you, fear of God in you, saying that you don't want it because it's not worth anything. It's dead. It's dead money. Get out. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to push that narrative. But the truth of the matter is, you better start getting into it because God knows how long it's going to last before everyone else starts to find out, hey, there's only 1.5 million wall holders. I need to buy it. And then how many people in the United States? 400 million? 355 million people in the United States? And there's only 1.5 million wall holders? And they can now buy it on Robinhood. And they go to Jason and say, how much are you paying for fees, Jason? Jason will be like, I'm paying 25 cents or 10 cents on each purchase. I could be buying 100 million SHIB and still cost me 10 cents on the dollar. Wow. So everybody should be using that exchange. Exactly. And the reason why they can, because they went and bought a massive amount of SHIB. Robinhood owns a massive amount of SHIB. And I think that's why they bought it with like that. I'm not 100% sure. But Binance has a whole bunch of SHIB too that they have not sold or bought any more of. And it's over 9 trillion just sitting there. So they are more than happy to have the price increase big time, right? 10, 20 times its value right now, 100 times its value right now. They have no problem with that whatsoever because they're sitting on 9 trillion that they haven't traded at all. So it's just sitting there waiting for someone to buy it. And they can sell it pretty much at cost because the price goes up, they're guaranteed to make money. It's just the way it is, right? It's the way of the world. And the fact that SHIB has not taken off yet just tells me that either we have a couple problems, either no one knows about it, or they have no idea what the hell's going on with SHIB. Because when you see, Jason, when you see those numbers, they don't add up at all. At all. We went over this with the calculations and the modeling of it. We should be sitting at a lot higher valuation. No, we should be sitting at a lot higher price. We are already at a massive valuation. We are already at that evaluation because of the value that's added to SHIB, the reductions in SHIB circulating supply, the massive amount of people that are coming into SHIB. This should be taking off like a bat out of hell, but it isn't. I don't know why, but it could happen tomorrow, the next day, where it shoots up all-time highs, beats all-time highs, and goes to 1, 3, 4, 5, and stays there. And people would be like, wow, how come it's staying there? How come it's not selling off? Because we're getting more and more, people aren't selling it. We're getting more and more wall holders. We're reducing more and more supply. So the more you reduce, the higher the value of SHIB goes. So all that means is when we go higher, up to $350 billion market cap, it just means that once we reduce that circulating supply, it should go up a little bit, then come down. Go up a little bit more, come down. But it should never break that. And as long as we have more wallet holders coming in, the price should remain the same. Makes sense? You get some dumps, of course, 5-6 trillion being taken off the marketplace is going to have an effect at that price. Absolutely. But it's not going to be astronomically dropping because you have less supply. So you have to remember that too. So if it goes down too fast, someone's putting some fear in the marketplace. People are starting to panic sell. They're probably holding a couple hundred billion, 300 billion, 400 billion SHIBs in their wallet addresses, which is a couple hundred, will be over, two or three, 20 to $30 million at that point worth of SHIB. So they're trying to sell it. And of course, now they're having a hard time selling it because why would you try and dump that much SHIB in the first place? That's a lot of money be dumping in the first place. And you know that not everybody's going to have that kind of money to buy it back, except for the exchanges. So the only reason why it would happen is the exchanges are trying to create fear. So I'm Will, your host. Thank you so much for having me come in and share with something. And I'm hoping that I have some news for you tomorrow on who's buying up all the SHIB from you. I don't know who it is, but we're going to do some research on it. Hopefully we can find it. SHIB should have taken off 10x from where it's at right now, just so everybody knows. 10x would be 3013, right? That's your 10x. Yes, that would be all-time highs. Yes, that would be phenomenal, but 10x, 100x. Yeah, no, 10x. 10x would be 3 zeros, right? What was it? 47 times was at 10 zeros. So, yeah. So, roughly around that 3067, 3065 area for the 47 times your earnings. That, for those that don't know, that if you had approximately 3 billion SHIB, you'd be a multimillionaire. $1.2 million you'd have for 3 billion SHIB. Just so that you know, that's where it should be sitting. It's not sitting there. Then you have to question it. Why isn't it sitting there? Who's buying it? And why are they manipulating it so hard? Why are they not seeing the bigger picture? Anyway, I'm Will, your host. Thank you so much for coming. I'm hoping by tomorrow, Jason, that we're going to have the new website up and kicking so that it will be a lot easier for people to buy SHIB tickets. Extremely easy. So one click show, boom, done. They can have either the QR code, just scan it with their phone, transfer the SHIB over, or what they can do is just do the one click on their laptop or tablet, and then it'll move the needle and then show you where to put the wallet address and then transfer the money. That easy. Then you have your tickets. Should be automatically auto response to you with your ticket numbers. That's what the goal is, to push that through so that everybody, it's just one click. Right now it's 2 clicks. You have to click and then you have to fill out 2 separate forms right now. So the second one will be just the one form, your name, address, wallet address, but the wallet address automatically repopulate and send you confirmation of the ticket. So just so people know, that's what it's intended for. I had it set up before like that, but of course, that's not how it worked out. But anyway, I'm Will, your host. Thank you so much for coming in. We're going to rock you out. Thanks, Jason Cox for coming. Thanks, Babe Channel. Thanks, Prince. Thanks, Wena. Thanks, Rowena. Thank you, world, for having me. Really appreciate sharing the information with you and giving you all the insights into what we're trying to do here. Just remember that 80% of everything we take in from this channel, from the YouTube channel, from the Rumble, from TikTok, from Instagram, from WhatsApp. Yeah, everything that we take in from everything. I even got Reddit. I'm on Reddit, but I have not posted anything lately because I keep getting shut down on Reddit. Only because I'm trying to put stuff on other people's platforms to try and get them to, start questioning everything that's going on, just like I do here. But it hasn't come out, it hasn't come to fruition yet. I'm hoping that very soon we'll be able to get everybody behind us. We need all the influencers that want to make money stand behind the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle. It's just the truth, right? The more people that come in and stand behind us, the faster we can grow. Anyway, and thank you, everybody. We're going to rock you out. Doo-doo. I want to rock. You got to pump it up. You got to pump it up. The raffle's open. Excitement, lucrative, business, making sure everybody wins and has massive success throughout the entire world. We want to build on your wealth. We want to do that wealth creation. We want to make sure that everybody understands that. More wallet holders means what? More value. More people coming in, more value. Bigger price movements absolutely should be skyrocketing from here. There's no way this should be where it's at. Come on, billions gone, and we're back to where we were before. We have more wallet holders, and we're still back to where we were before. That makes zero sense. Either people are so into the market, choose to fail, or they're being influenced by other people. Either way, it's not good news, and it's bad because we know it can skyrocket it tomorrow because less supply, more demand. Less supply, more demand. That's the truth of it. And the fact it hasn't caught on yet blows my mind, blows your mind, blows everybody's mind. God loves each and every one of you. Jesus loves you. Wish you all the very best. Yes, we did have a happy Easter, but we did not come on Easter Day. We're religious. No, we're Christianity. We're a Christian, right? Jason, we're a Christian. So we want to make sure that everybody, we're hoping to be on, we're hosting a raffle, we would have been on. We still love Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior. We would still everybody because before everybody that more awareness driven through the entire world. Exactly. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to be welcome. Everybody should be welcome. We shouldn't have anybody left out. That's the whole purpose of this in the first place. Make sure that you're lucrative. Make sure you have peace in your life. You have wealth, and you look after your health. That's all we want. Live long and prosper. Every single person on the planet. Thank you so much. Have a great wonderful evening. We're going to count you down. God bless each and every one of you. Jesus loves everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
God bless you all. Have a great and wonderful day. Happy Wednesday. Hump Day! Have a great hump day, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever you are in the world. Cheers. Have a great one. Bye.